Mayoral Memo with Matthew Dickerson from Dubbo Regional Council.
The New South Wales Touch Junior State Cup is going nowhere for the next 3 years. It's remaining in Dubbo. It's a fantastic result for the town and the Central West region, but I suppose it shouldn't come as a surprise, should it?
The event that was held in 2023, in February this year, went off absolutely fantastically. The grounds were magnificent. Our community really opened our arms to the visitors, the 7,000 visitors we had. So you're right, it's not really a surprise from my perspective. It's not really a surprise from our community's perspective, but you still like to have it officially signed off. So when we put the bid in, we were hopeful and quietly confident, but you never know until the document's signed. And so now it's been announced that we will have the New South Wales Touch Junior State Cup Northern Conference for the next 3 years, which is very exciting news.
Yeah, lovely. So obviously the successful bid made its way through the conference, which was held in Dubbo back in February. But which other regions put their hand up to host it as well?
I'm not sure about that. Obviously, they don't tell us which other areas might be putting a bid in. I'd be pretty confident that Port Macquarie would have put a bid in. They've had the tournament before, so they know the incredible value it injects into the economy. I'm not even sure that New South Wales Touch would say all the different communities that put a bid in or put a tender in. The main thing is that Dubbo was the successful one. Whether it was one other place or 1,000 other places, then the great news is that Dubbo was successful.
Yeah, fantastic. In terms of that local economy, did you gather an idea, I suppose, of how much money was injected into the Dubbo region at the time? And I suppose, how can you now better that over the next few years up until 2026?
There's about 187 teams that came to the event this year. Based on that and some extrapolations, and we estimated there were approximately 7,000 visitors that came to Dubbo over those 3 days of the tournament earlier this year. And we've got a formula that we use. One visitor per night gives us about $200 in our economy. And so that injected about $4 million into the economy. And you could just see that on that weekend, everywhere you went, cafes, motels, pubs, everywhere, you just saw people walking around still in touch footy uniforms, or you talk to some people randomly and they'd tell you where they were from, and it was all over the northern part of the state. So we're pretty confident that you're going to get that amount of money again, but sometimes New South Wales Touch have told us that sometimes they get even more than 187 teams register. It'd be fair to say this year some people weren't exactly sure about Dubbo. They didn't know whether Dubbo could handle it. So some people might have stayed away because they didn't know about Dubbo. But with all the reports being so fantastic, people asking me questions like, who prepared your grounds? Who did you get in to prepare your grounds? And quite amazed when I told them that that's our staff doing that on a normal day-to-day basis. All that feedback has been so positive. I'm sure we'll get more teams come along next year and the next 2 years after that, which will give us even more money into our economy.
Yeah, fingers crossed that's the case. I mean, the dates for next year, for the event next year, won't be released until February of 2024, but I suppose how much advanced preparation is needed for something of this scale? Will you get started on prep before the dates are released, or is that something that you do once you have more info?
No, we've actually got the dates already. So the dates are the 23rd, 24th and 25th of February 2024 for that event. And it's fair to say those preparations will pretty much start straight away because there's a lot of work that goes on behind the scenes. Even the moteliers, making sure that they've got those rooms because they'll book out pretty quickly. In fact, once this announcement's made, I think you'd find already that phones would be ringing off the hook for various moteliers throughout the city. Our events team works on ways with New South Wales Touch to see how they can maximise the entire event. And I've got to give a plug here to Dubbo Touch Association. They'll be heavily involved with the event as well. They have lots of volunteers involved. But one of the things that I love about this is that Dubbo Regional Council is not paying any cash out to the New South Wales Touch Association. Many organisations expect the local council to pay their money to bring a tournament to their area, but we're not paying any money. But the Dubbo Touch Association have committed $15,000 cash to the event for each of the next 3 years. So I think that's a real sign of the strength in Dubbo Touch and the commitment they have for it. And also they'll be heavily involved in that whole organisation and helping run that event.
Yeah, fantastic. Any other final comments you like to add there, Matt?
Looking forward to it. Get those footy boots on, I say.
Fantastic. Well, again, congratulations on a fantastic result there and a successful bid. And yeah, all the best on the preparation, and hopefully next year's event is just as successful as this one, and yeah, all the best for the next few years ahead.
Yeah, thank you, and thank you to New South Wales Touch, who have again shown so much confidence in Dubbo, in both the Dubbo Touch Association and Dubbo Regional Council, to make sure this event goes off incredibly smoothly.
Mayoral Memo with Matthew Dickerson from Dubbo Regional Council.